three straight weeks. 3 straight weeks that the both of us have experienced Victory Monday, even though technically it's early Tuesday morning here on the West Coast. But still, it is a Victory Monday edition for the third week in a row of the Mizzle Dub Show. And as you can see, he decided to put on the Hall of Famer from the University of Notre Dame, touchdown Timmy Brown, and the Heisman Trophy winner, yes, indeed. Who, of course, the very first NFL game I went to, my wish was he would score a touchdown, and he scored a touchdown.
Yes, he did.
Many moons ago. But welcome. He is Mizzle. I am Dub, and we're going to recap Week 13.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about Week 14. Week 14 starts off with his beloved Raiders going to, as we like to call it, Levi South. It's Allegiant South for Raider Nation, because I'm pretty sure Raider Nation will be there in full effect at the big Wi-Fi that is SoFi on this upcoming Thursday. And actually, it's a home game for Al Michaels. He can actually drive home after the game if he doesn't have somebody driving him.
Well, now, he probably got somebody driving for him. You already know.
Since he is an LA native. But, good week for your team. Good week for my team. For your team, it's always good to be
yes,
and pretty damn good. One more division game to go. A very unique week. We have another freaking tie. So now that makes 2 ties we have experienced this season, and we'll get into that also. But also in addition, some very entertaining college conference championship games that took place.
Glad those Trojans went down. I'll sip to that.
Well, I'm pretty sure USC probably wish they would have saw Washington or Oregon, but when they saw it was going to be the Utah Utes, I'm pretty sure they went, shit.
Damn it.
And, well, I mean, like I've been saying, a Kyle Whittingham coached team.
Yes.
They're not going to be intimidated.
Nope.
They don't care who you are.
Yep.
They know who they are.
Yeah.
And they're going to play to who they are. And they play to who they are because, I mean, basically from the second.
And their quarterback is not a big name guy. He just gets it done.
Rising is just, well, I mean, you saw the hit that he took.
Talk about a baptism.
Get back up, and I'll smile. And oh, by the way, we'll put a 40 burger on that ass. 47 to be exact.
I think that just gave him that hit, woke him up. Like,
and I mean, and they spotted USC a 17-3 lead. But unfortunately, Caleb Williams got hurt, which I still think he should win the Heisman. That's just my 2 cents. But you know how these college football writers are. They're fickle. They think you're only as good.
Well, who else is in the the guy from Ohio State?
Him. My Bulldog Stetson Bennett. Facts. And
the TCU quarterback,
Mr.
right?
Duggan from TCU. Yes, Mr. Duggan got elected. So, of course, all 4 quarterbacks. I will say this. If he doesn't get hurt against Illinois, I think Bradley from Michigan it probably would have been between him and Caleb Williams, because the young man was well on his way to perhaps being a finalist for the Heisman before he was lost for the season. I just wholeheartedly believe that, because the man was.
Do your Bulldogs open up against Michigan, or would you see Michigan in a national title game?
The only way we would see Michigan is if they beat TCU in the title game. We're playing Ohio State in the, I want to say, Peach Bowl.
I think you're right. So we got so it's Michigan versus TCU and the Bulldogs versus
Ohio State.
I would love to see you go up against Harbaugh.
Oh yeah, that would be.
Don't get me wrong, because you know.
I'll say it like this: it will not be a blow like it was last year in the Orange Bowl. It will be a very much closer game because Michigan is a lot better from a season ago.
Their quarterback,
but also, congratulations to your Seminoles. They get the Cheez-It Bowl against the Oklahoma Sooners.
They won 9 games, bro. They exceeded way more than what I expected, and I was hard. Like I said, you can look back. 4 or 5 games I said they were going to win.
Yeah. Well, they told you to hold your beer.
Well, they told me to hold something,
and they made you hold your beer. And in a sense, they get a home game.
Jordan Travis is coming back.
So he's already said I'm coming. Oh well. Well, like I said, if they get to 10 wins by beating Oklahoma, which they are favored, they are favored 64% to win the game. And what are the odds? They are -7 in the Cheez-It Bowl.
Oh,
actually, there are some very entertaining bowl games.
You know what? The committee got it right this year. The committee got it right. They got good games going. It's like I'm gonna be glued to the TV. This is the time of the year I love sports. This is wonderful. Do we have a bowl game on your birthday?
Oh, the first bowl game is the 16th.
Damn it.
That's the Bahamas Bowl between Miami, Ohio, and UAB. Then we got the Duluth Training Cure Bowl between Troy
and expensive ass underwear.
Yes, it is. And we got Texas San Antonio. Now here's the trick part about that game. Troy and Texas San Antonio are ranked 24th and 25th, and they're both 11-2. That could be a doozy of a bowl game.
See, this is what I like about this. Like I said, to repeat back to what I said about the time of the year. This is where you get schools that ain't never played each other, or slightly might have played each other, and they're playing for a freaking trophy. Like some of these bowl games are like, we just throwing it out there to have a bowl game, And so,
but to these kids, they want to win the bowl game because I mean, as quiet as it's kept, you do get a championship ring if you win the bowl. You do.
Yes.
And
it doesn't matter. This is what you. I mean, of course, you strive to get into the top 4. This is what you want to do. But the goal is also for some of these conferences that will never ever see that bowl because of their conference. But if you win the amount of games, you get a bowl. So that's what you're potentially playing for, a bowl. You want that big trophy.
Yes. But I'll say this to the committee. Kudos to them, because I really thought they were going to screw TCU. Which by all means, kudos to the Kansas State Wildcats for upsetting.
They came out and played kudos to them. Hard game.
They played a tremendous game, and they earned every bit of that win, and they earned the right to be the Big 12 champion. No question, no doubt about that. Because I really thought, TCU was going to get screwed. But when I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, when I got the ESPN update, I was like,
wait a minute. I'm like, oh, is this a glitch?
Wait a minute. Did Nick Saban's money run out?
Right.
Because Alabama's not in the college playoff.
No, but they do get to host or play Kansas State in the Sugar Bowl. So real quickly,
Kansas State can scrape them. I if I had my money, I might go on Kansas State because
well, like I said, going back to Cal Winningham. Cal Winningham has had some very big wins.
Yeah, and who's the OC? Coach. The OC for the K-State used to be the quarterback for them.
That sounds about right.
Clean, something like that. Something.
Yes.
He's
war number 7 with the silver trophy. You're absolutely correct. Yes, he did.
Yes. So you got the program. He knows the program.
Yeah.
That lets you know that he's next in line for that head coaching position. Whenever the head coach wants to leave, he might be in line for that.
Well, here's the thing. It's hard enough replacing the legend that is Mr. Snyder at Kansas State. When you think about Kansas State football, you think about Coach Snyder.
Oh yeah, indeed.
Now, with that said, Chris Kleiman has done a fantastic job leading that program to winning the Big 12. Bill Snyder is his name, by the way. I just came, but I'm just saying it's hard to replace a legend that is Bill Snyder, because Bill Snyder put that program on the map. I'm like, who Kansas State is? Kansas State is because of Bill Snyder. And
Kansas has been doing this since we were teenagers.
Yeah, they have been.
This is nothing new. Watching this program just win. They've been doing this since we were at Fairfield High. So don't get it twisted.
They have been very relevant, the Kansas State Wildcats, and rightfully so. They're on the right to with the upset, and of course they win it on a goal line stand. Go figure. So just to go through the rest of the bowls, the LA Bowl, interesting matchup.
You said the LA Bowl.
Kudos to them. They go on the Smurf. The Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl. Yes. Jimmy Kimmel has a bowl named after him, and I can only imagine what the trophy looks like. But anyways,
really,
the Washington's.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Washington State takes on the Mountain West Conference champion Fresno State Bulldogs. The Wasabi Fenway Bowl, which is at the legendary Fenway Park.
Wasabi.
We have Wasabi. We have Cincinnati taking on, as Tom Jackson used to say all the time on NFL Primetime, from Louisville, his beloved Louisville.
God, I miss those two doing the show.
Yes, I do.
I do not like Booger McFarland. Throwing it out there.
The Las Vegas Bowl.
Hey,
unfortunately,
played at yours truly.
At the Death Star. I really wouldn't know, but I'll be at work because they want it, because the game starts at 11:30. But it is a Pac-12 versus so this is interesting. So I'm guessing the even number years it's an SEC team, and the odd number years it's a Big 12 team. It's a Big 12.
That's how they do it.
SEC. Yeah, so it'll be a Pac-12 team every year,
of course,
but the odd number years looks like it'll be a Big 10 team, and the even number years it'll be an SEC team.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is knowledge to me, and I pretty much am up on anything with sports wise. But my brother just blessed me with some knowledge today. I love that. The sponge in me is like, so I soak that in. But yeah, thanks for that info, bro. Yeah.
Yes. So we got the Florida Gators taking on the Oregon State Beavers, and very quietly kept. Oregon State had a very damn good season. They were a very
didn't they shock somebody a couple of weeks ago?
They beat Oregon. They were down and they came back to beat Oregon, and because of that, Utah got the right to go play USC for the
That's right. That's right.
So Oregon State won the Civil War, and they didn't even throw a single pass in the fourth quarter and came back to beat Oregon. Go figure.
Wow.
Anyways, they take on the Florida Gators. The Lending Tree Bowl has Southern Miss taking on Rice.
Go Southern Miss. That's the family roots.
The New Mexico Bowl has the Mustangs of SMU taking on the Cougars of
SMU.
The Frisco Bowl is the North Texas Mean Green taking on the Boise State Broncos. The
I know somebody that went to that school.
To North Texas?
Yes.
Well, of course, that's where the Hall of Famer, the great Mean Joe Green, went to.
Yes, but I believe, if I'm saying, I could be wrong, I have to ask Little Big Brother, but I believe a guy by the name of DeLaShawn Dean went to a North Texas.
Well, I know Jeff Wilson Jr. went to North Texas.
Okay.
We got Marshall and Connecticut in the Myrtle Beach Bowl.
Randy Moss.
Yes. In the Idaho Potato Bowl, we have Eastern Michigan.
I love that bowl. It's just something with the day with that bowl.
Yeah. Well, playing on the Smurf turf definitely also adds to the factor.
Yes.
It will be Eastern Michigan against the San Jose State Spartans.
Max Crosby's team.
Yes. Liberty takes on Toledo in the
Roof
Clay.
Do not sleep on Liberty.
Yes, Liberty is so. Don't sleep on that. Might be a good game between them and Toledo. Yes.
Yes.
Western Kentucky takes on South Alabama in the New Orleans Bowl. That normally has put out some good matchups.
Yeah, they don't drop the ball when they pick the teams for that.
The Independence Bowl has Houston taking on the Raging Cajuns of Louisiana Lafayette.
That should be a good one.
Yes, Wake Forest and Missouri in the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl, whatever that is.
Gasparilla.
The Hawaii Bowl features the Hawaii Bowl is the Aztecs of San Diego State.
Hello, Marshall Faulk.
Taking on the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Speaking of that team, that team, their basketball team was always in the tourney. And that one year they had one player, it was a little point guard. Remember Giddy Potts?
Mm-hmm.
And he was getting off.
Yeah, that normally sounds like a senior latent team that normally makes a good run in the tournament. That's how it always is.
Agreed. Yeah. God, I can't wait for March. Not trying to skip ahead, but
Quick Lane Bowl, New Mexico State taking on Bowling Green. The Camilla Bowl has the Buffaloes, or the Buffalo taking on the Georgia Southern Eagles. The Responder Bowl has Utah State going against Memphis. The Birmingham Bowl has the ECU, East Carolina Pirates, taking on Coastal Carolina. We got the Guaranteed Rate Bowl between the Wisconsin Badgers and the Oklahoma State Cowboys.
That'd be a good one.
Or as I like to call them, the Fighting Mike Gundy's. Come at me, I'm a man, I'm 40. The Military Bowl has UFC Central Florida taking on the Dukies of Blue Devils. The Liberty Bowl has Kansas and Arkansas Jayhawks versus the Razorbacks. Of course, he's picking Central Florida because, as you know, him being the Tar Heel, fuck Duke.
You damn right.
The Holiday Bowl. The Holiday Bowl has always been one of my favorites because it's always been
and it never disappoints.
Bowl.
Never disappoints.
No, it never disappoints. We got 9-3 Oregon taking on 9-4 North Carolina. A very intriguing Pac-12 versus ACC matchup. Yeah, that might be a good one. The Texas Bowl featuring Texas and the Rebels of MISSISSIPPI.
You already know who I'm pulling for. You already know who I'm pulling for.
The family roots continue.
You're damn right. Family roots, man.
The Pinstripes Bowl, of course, taking place at Yankee Stadium, has a home game for the Syracuse Orange.
No kidding.
Season as they take the Minnesota Gophers.
That bowl has came a long way.
Yes. Well,
out of nowhere though. I mean, but it's been consistent.
Yes. I used to enjoy the old setting of Yankee Stadium back when it was a football stadium back in the day. It just looked right to me.
Right.
Of course, we already know who you're picking in the Cheez-It Bowl. Your beloved Seminoles against the Sooners of Oklahoma.
The real chop, people.
Now this next one, it normally doesn't disappoint either. The Alamo Bowl. This year.
Oh, yeah.
We got Hook'em Horns. Against
Hey,
Washington. So.
But you said Texas versus Washington?
Yes. Now, remember, the last time Texas was in the Alamo Bowl, Bijan Robertson got off real big.
I mean, I'm sticking to my statement, bro. I'm not disappointed at none of these games that you didn't say. It's like they all seem intriguing. Like something in there can make it. Well, it's a bowl game. I don't see a blowout. Maybe one, but I don't see too many blowouts happening in these bowl games.
Duke's Mayo Bowl has NC State taking on Maryland. The Sun Bowl brought to you by Tony the Tiger. Pitt Panthers against the UCLA Bruins.
Oh, nice.
The Gator Bowl. This should be very interesting. We have the Fighting Irish Notre Dame taking on the South Carolina Gamecocks in the Gator Bowl.
You already know how I feel about the Notre Dame coach, so I think I might have to ride with Notre Dame on this one, just so he could, he caught shit early in the season, but he stuck to the script, stuck to his plan, and those young men ran through brick walls for their coach. You clearly saw that. So good kudos to Notre Dame.
Let him get his recruiting class in.
Yes.
Don't be surprised if you see Notre Dame back in the playoff picture in a year or two. Do not sleep on the Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl, or should we call this just the Deion Sanders Bowl? Because you think of Barstool Sports, you think of Deion Sanders. Anyhow, we got the Ohio Bobcats taking on the Wyoming Cowboys. This one here, the Orange Bowl, is featuring a whole lot of orange.
Clemson,
the Tennessee Volunteers, and the Clemson Tigers.
Oh,
a whole lot of orange. The Orange Bowl.
That's disgusting.
It's going to be a sea of orange inside.
Before we continue, can we give a big shout out to Sac State?
Yes, the Hornets. Yes.
Let's give Sacramento State some love. That's about the only darn thing I like about Sacramento is their football team. Okay. And maybe the River Cats, because they're affiliated of my favorite baseball team. So yeah, 2 things in Sacramento. That's it. Well, when the Monarchs was here, but undefeated and took out a real good Richmond team.
Yes, they beat them 38-31.
Yeah.
And now the next meeting is this coming Friday against NCRT Word, which is a home game for the Hornets.
It's gonna be played at Sac State?
I mean, kudos to them. I believe so, yes.
Man, because good games always being played when I gotta go to work. Man, adulting sucks sometimes. I'm just gonna say that. I love being an adult, get to do things, stuff like that. But when I want to be a 12-year-old with a license, things just doesn't work out for me. Okay, back to sports. I'm sorry.
I'll say it this way. When you and I both retire, if we're not working in a booth some damn where, we can enjoy all the goddamn games we want to while still doing our show as we get older. Yes, sir. I'm just trying to tell you. But yeah, fantastic season for the Sac Hornets. It continues. They get NCRT Word this upcoming Friday, and good luck to them. So
yeah, pulling for them.
Continue on the bowl schedule.
Yes,
as we see a whole lot of orange in the Orange Bowl. Of course, New Year's Eve, it's the semifinals of the playoffs. Of course, my Bulldogs take on Ohio State University in the Peach Bowl. In a sense, another home game for Georgia because the SEC game was pretty much a home game, and the Peach Bowl being in the same stadium.
I'm riding with you.
Pretty much the home game.
I pull for the Bulldogs.
Again, as you already said, I think Kansas State can pull off the upset in the Sugar Bowl. I think they can beat Alabama. I do.
I believe it too.
I mean, it's set up the same way Kyle Whittingham beat Nick Saban Alabama years ago when Utah went to the Sugar Bowl.
Yes.
In the heart of SEC country, and they upset Alabama. Yes. People forget that. And also,
but this Alabama team, they ain't nobody scared of them like they used to be. Ain't nobody scared of Nick Saban no more.
I mean,
no, bro. We here.
Bryce Young is a tremendous talent, but it's not like all shit we're playing at Alabama. It's not that way anymore. The Music City Bowl has the Iowa Hawkeyes taking on the Kentucky Wildcats.
I think
the Fiesta Bowl.
It's something about when Iowa gets in a bowl game, something just clicks. No matter what their record is, they can have the minimum of 6 wins to be in the bowl game, and I wouldn't be shocked if Iowa does put them in the dirt.
One of the best bowl games I've seen was a few years ago, the Florida Citrus Bowl between Iowa and LSU, and Drew Tate was Iowa's quarterback and throws a deep ball, which was ended up being the game-winning touchdown, and Iowa shocked LSU. I remember it vividly because I'm like watching this. I'm just like, holy crap! And dadgummit, if I did not have to work, I really would think about making the drive to Arizona and going to watch the Fiesta Bowl between TCU and Michigan.
Ooh, how far is that for you?
Yeah. It's only a 4-hour drive from here to
bro. Why have we not done that when I was out there? Did we not have time? We had plans with something else, but that okay. Put that on the list. Next time I'm in Vegas, coming to visit, we gonna make that drive to the AZ.
Well, shit. We can always do a spring training trip.
Don't you threaten me with a good time.
I'm just putting it out there.
You know I'm bringing the old man.
Let's bring Dad.
Hey, I'm bringing the old man.
Let's do some spring training.
He's done it already, though. He's done it already.
Yeah, but he ain't done it with the son, so you know.
I mean, he did do it with his brother. I'm just
yeah. I mean, it's one thing doing it with your brother, but carrying on into has Mississippi State taking on Illinois.
You already know who I'm pulling for that one. Roots.
So we know who you'll be cheering for in this game, but actually, you know what? Kudos for damn it, Green Wave. Go to the Cotton Bowl and damn it, beat USC's ass.
Oh, you
Tulane USC in the Cotton Bowl on Monday, January the 2nd. The Cheez-Its Citrus Bowl, which it's very hard for me not to call this the Florida Citrus Bowl, but I'm still probably going to call it the Florida because when I was born, it was called the Florida Citrus Bowl. When I die, I'm going to call it the Florida. This will be a very, very entertaining Rose Bowl game between Penn State and Utah. The Rose Bowl normally doesn't disappoint. Bowl game, but also
I don't know who to pick on that one. I don't.
Yeah, that's a toss up. That is a huge toss up.
Yeah, but I'm also just watch it.
But as you know, or even if you didn't know, me and my co-host, we will definitely be paying attention and definitely rooting for Ralphie and the Colorado Buffaloes, because if you do not see the press conference with Deion Sanders, and if you did not see the video that he had with the players that was in that room, all I'm telling you is this. Do not be surprised one bit, Colorado, because if you watch any of those two videos, the message was from Deion Sanders: I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Yeah.
And if you are not on board, he basically said it without saying it. If you're not on board, get the fuck out now. Get in the transfer portal right now.
Right now.
If you don't want to be here, if you don't want to put in the work, leave now.
And wait, is Colorado still part of the Pac-12?
They are. Yes, they are.
Man. Let's go. Let's go, Deion. Hey.
Don't be surprised that if you see Ralphie running on to the Owl in Las Vegas playing for a Pac-12 title. I'm just telling you. You saw what he did in Jackson State. He gave some notoriety to the HBCUs. Okay. You don't think the dean, the AD, is not going to give Neil what he wants, especially being in a Power 5 conference?
Well, he already the keys has already been given.
Yeah. Okay. And he's working with better facilities?
Yeah.
Best believe.
And you don't think he ain't gonna get the recruits? He's gonna get the recruits.
He's gonna get Texas. He's gonna get Florida. He's gonna get California, and Mississippi.
All over. Don't think he'll get Florida too?
Don't you?
He'll get Florida.
Don't you think some people from Jackson, Mississippi, ain't gonna transfer? Come on now.
Well, like I told you earlier today, I said the portal is hot.
Oh yeah, it is very
already burning.
Yes, it is, man. Anyhow, now to recap the NFL as we come through the college bowl season. Starting off, the Bills took care of business and they got by the Patriots.
As we should.
24-10. Allen was solid. I don't know why Matt Patricia's calling offensive plays for the Patriots. That makes no sense to me. And I can see why Mac Jones got mad. And damn it, Debo, screw you for asking that stupid question on Thursday. He is not my boy. F that name. As I've said so many times. Anyhow, Bills get the win. And because of a certain team losing, the Bills are once again the number 1 seed in the AFC.
Oh, well now.
As we touch down. And well, we always keep saying this, and we really need to stick to our word. We went against Mike Tomlin, and Mike Tomlin said, hold my beer. The Steelers quietly get the win. They get by the Falcons.
But didn't we pick Mike Tomlin this week? That week? We didn't?
We both took the L. We both took the Falcons. Why, we don't know. But as we always keep saying, never go against Tomlin.
Nope.
Well, we went against Tomlin. But
nope. Never go against Tomlin.
War to the wise. Stop trying to tackle Najee Harris up high because you'll just be a gif of a stiff arm.
Get off me, son.
I'm just. You don't want to mess with Annie Hawk, California. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
Like I said, Kenny Pickett, give this man a season or two in contention.
It'll be fine.
Because we have been saying this for years. It's one of the best ran organizations in North American professional sports.
Agreed.
And if you want to argue us on that, we can go all day on this. Because you're not going to find a better organization running football than the Steelers. You got other organizations up and coming, but the Steelers have been doing this since the Chief Art Senior took over this team. I'm just telling you.
Years.
Anyhow, the Chicago Bears still have to call Aaron Rodgers daddy. Aaron Rodgers still owns them, but again, the Packers rallied again to beat the Bears.
Yeah.
But again, Justin Fields just continues to just be spectacular. And I'm telling you now, give him another year or two. Let him build something with N'Keal Harry.
And
Claypool. Build something with Chase.
Yeah.
And then build something with Moon when he comes back.
And they got a decent running back already, so it's not too much there. That
they got 2 backs they can rotate.
Yeah.
Do not be surprised in a year or two if the Bears become a juggernaut on offense. I'm just telling you.
It's the powers are about to shift here pretty soon. It's already shifting with the Vikings taking over the division right now. But once Aaron Rodgers decides he wants to sit down and just do that show with Pat McAfee, because that's where it's going, that division is going to be open. It might just come down to the Lions, Bears, and Vikings.
Yeah, it could be a 3. Lions, Vikings, and Bears. Oh my! It could come down to those 2. You are correct. Speaking of the Lions, Lions have won 4 out of their last 5 games, and they're right in the thick of a playoff spot. And yes, they did indeed put up a 40 burger on the Jaguars,
Easy.
and Amon St. Brown is playing like
a man possessed.
Man.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen, if you've not some 2 touchdowns, Jared Goff threw for 340 and threw 2 TDs. I'm telling you, this year and a half, both of us have been promoting the Detroit Lions. We have been their biggest promoters and sellers of this team, as you kept saying. They got the right GM.
Yep.
Dan, the team, absolutely. And the only thing we kept saying is let Dan Campbell see it through, and you're starting to see it.
And if you ain't watched Hard Knocks,
I'm telling you, the Lions will be a factor. I'm just telling you.
Everything we've been saying about the Lions is featured on Hard Knocks.
Again, I'll say that the Vikings are a very quiet 10-2. I just want to throw that out there. But the Jets doing what the Jets do. The Jets fought. The Jets played hard. They had chances, but there was 2 throws that Mike White would love to have back.
Definitely.
Those 2 interceptions proved to be costly.
Yeah.
The one by White sealed the deal for the Vikings. This is what the Vikings do. The Vikings just find a way to win close games. It's like the equivalent. It's like the equivalent to Major League Baseball. Normally, teams that are good is because they're very good in one-run games. That was a huge staple in the Bochy years when the Giants were in championships because they were so good in one-run games.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Vikings. One-score game, they just find a way to hold on and get the win.
Something my team
was saying.
Well, now we're good,
but shout out to Zombie and Knight, the rookie from the Jets. He had a solid game against the Vikings. Had 90 yards on 15 carries.
Ooh.
But you know,
loose. It's getting loose.
Jets are still.
Oh yeah, still there.
Time, nobody scored, and you want to flex these 2 teams on Sunday Night Football. Why? Because they tied.
Because it's a division.
But I rest my case. And yet, and still, the Giants are 7-4-1, and they still can't sell out their home games. What's going on with you, East Rutherford? What do they have to do to get y'all to sell out the stadium? Now, granted, you were 92% full, but you weren't full. But game ends in 2020 tie. We will see them again on Sunday night. Did you think that A.J. Brown wanted to make a statement against his old team, the Tennessee Titans, on Sunday?
That was personal, man. That was
to the atonement.
That ain't sticking to your team. That was personal.
To the atonement of 8 catches for 119 yards.
Give me points.
And 2 touchdowns. Yeah. Somebody was getting us some points, and somebody was getting some points with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts throws for 380 and 3 touchdowns as the Eagles maintain their grasp on home field advantage. They go to 11-1. The Titans still lead the AFC South. They're 7-5, but it was Fly Eagles 5, 35-10. Oh, the Denver Broncos. Oh, it just continued.
Go ahead. Talk about it. Talk about it. I'm here for it.
I hits the big grin on your face. Well, it pretty much was a baseball score.
Ooh.
The Baltimore beat the Colorado Rockies 10-9. Despite the fact that Lamar Jackson gets hurt, and who knows if he's going to play next week against the Steelers in Pittsburgh. But McManus tried a field goal, missed it. The Broncos could only muster 3 Brandon McManus field goals. I don't know. Could Nathaniel Hackett be one and done as head coach? We don't know.
That'd be a big mistake.
And I would agree. Give him a chance to establish his spot. But of course, you are all for the Broncos being 3-9 on the season. You're deeply moved. The Ravens still maintain their lead in the division, but the Bengals are coming.
Yes, they are.
It was an ugly start. Definitely, you saw the rust in Deshaun Watson, but he comes back to Houston. The Browns get the win. They're 5-7, and the Browns keep themselves alive in the playoff hunt. Very entertaining game in Inglewood. Saw the Seahawks rally to beat the Rams late 27. Geno Smith pulls a rabbit out of his hat, throws for 367, throws 3 TDs, and Tyler Lockett, give me points, young man. 9 catches for touchdown. But more importantly than that, kudos to Cam Akers for going out there and having himself a solid game.
Yeah.
Being in the doghouse all year.
Yeah.
Asking, not getting traded. Now actually getting some playing time and actually had a solid game. Found the end zone
Not
twice.
Not looking forward to seeing him Thursday.
Hopefully Kenneth Walker's okay. He got hurt in the game.
Yeah, I did see that.
Which cannot be good for Seattle.
Yeah.
But they get the win. And Patrick Mahomes still has to call
Joe Burrow. But Joe Cool.
As the Bengals up and coming. Same exact record as the Bengals, but because the Bengals won the first meeting, they hold the tiebreaker. But the defending AFC champions may be peaking at the right time. And Mr. Chase says, hi. For me. To the Atona. Yes, he can still play the game. And he had 7 catches for 97 yards. But Samaje Perine, the forgotten running back of the Bengals, he had himself a very nice game against the Chiefs. 21 carries for $106, averaging 5 yards. Yeah. Mixon did not play because he was still hurt, but Mr. Perine definitely. Joe Cool was indeed Joe Cool. 25 of 31, 26 touchdowns, no picks. And again, for whatever reason, and I don't know why this is, but yet the Chiefs just seem to struggle when they see those tiger stripes in orange and black of the Cincinnati Bengals. There's 3 over the Chiefs for the Bengals, as again, the defending AFC champions are on the move. And because of that, because the Chiefs lost, like we said earlier, the Bills once again are now back in the driver's seat as the number 1 seed in the AFC.
Can they hold it?
That's the question. I really don't know why this game was shown on Sunday night, but unfortunately we were bored with the atrocity that was the Arlington Cowboys murdering the Indianapolis Colts as the Cowboys scored a record 33 points in the 4th quarter. Now keep in mind, it was 21-19 going into the 4th quarter. Yeah. And the Colts were playing hard. One thing we can say about Jeff Saturday since he's been the interim head coach, they compete and they played hard, but the Cowboys just said, screw it, and just went on a bludgeon. Jerry Jones may have to pay Tony Pollard. I just out there. I mean, three TDs. Michael Gallup caught
Give
2 of
me
them.
points, Pollard.
Zadarius caught another touchdown. Pollard, 2 catches for 15 yards, 12 carries, 91 yards. Zeke had 17 carries for 77 yards. Pollard found the end zone twice. Zeke found the end zone once. Cowboys moved to 9-3, still a game and a half behind the Eagles in the East.
Murdered the Colts. Embarrassing to watch.
Yeah, very, very much embarrassing. What could have been disastrous, and it started off that way because first play of the game, Trent Sherfield went down the seam and Tua found him, and Trent Sherfield went to the house to go 75 yards, and it got off to a very nasty start. Then it got worse, but then again, I really can't say I'm surprised because I have said on this show more than once, and I have said it before during the season, I said, do not be surprised if you see a Brock Purdy sighting in
You have said this.
2022. I said that.
Yeah.
Not saying that I wanted Garoppolo's foot look. It didn't look so good. But I've seen Brock Purdy play at Iowa State. My brother has seen Brock Purdy play at Iowa State. He's won some big games playing in the Big 12 Conference at Iowa State. So he was not going to be intimidated.
Football. That's a big boy football conference.
He was not going to be overwhelmed in the moment, especially playing in big places like Norman, Oklahoma, and Austin, Texas. Yeah. So he was not going to be, intimidated. Came out there, played his game. Again, the Niners defense, the last 5 games in the second half, they have only given up a total of 7 points. That's just tremendous defense. Yes. And it's good. Also, at the same time, it's bittersweet because all this is doing, it's going to give DeMeco Ryans a head coaching job somewhere with what he has done with this defense. He was a solid linebacker, played with the Houston Texans, outstanding linebacker, solid career. He's been outstanding in his second year as the DC. Someone is going to swoop him up somewhere to be a head coach.
I agree.
But like we always said, that just shows how good your staff is. Your staff is always, yes, granted, Shanahan's been there 6 years, and he's only had 2 winning seasons. If they win Sunday, it'll be a third of his 6 years. But with this said, people from his staff keep getting coaching jobs. LaFleur was on his staff, coaching the Packers. Mike McDaniels from his staff, who's doing a fantastic job with the Miami Dolphins.
Yes.
Robert Saleh, which I'm saying he's gonna get it right with the Jets.
Definitely.
Jets in the thick of a playoff in a playoff line. So it's not surprising that all these things are happening. Again, Sean McVay and Shanahan were together. Sean McVay is a Super Bowl winning coach, the youngest Super Bowl winning coach in history. Mm-hmm. Also, by the way, shout out to Raider legend Jim Plunkett. Happy birthday, good sir. Hope you had a fantastic birthday. Yes. But that's all it's doing. Purdy came in, he was solid. Here's something that happened. They threw a lot of screens. They normally don't do that with Garoppolo, but they threw a lot of screens
because Garoppolo can't move.
That too. Now, some people have been like, well, you should call this and such and such and such. I said, no. Some people were calling for maybe they should call Kaepernick. I said, first off, I don't think Colin Kaepernick wants to play football, regardless. That's just my 2 cents. And I'll say this.
If he does, he definitely ain't coming back to San Francisco or Santa Clara.
But I'll say this. The pass that Brock Purdy made to Deebo Samuel,
I agree,
to extend the touch that he put on that ball, I guarantee you Garoppolo couldn't do it, and I guarantee you Kaepernick couldn't do it.
Nope. Trey Lance could have.
Trey Lance more than likely could have because he can float it in there, and Purdy put it in there nicely over the defender's head and was just tremendous. But here's something that I found very interesting. You can win a lot of football games when you hold your team to 0 for 7 on third downs. The Miami Dolphins did not convert a third down the whole entire game. They were 0 for 7.
Well,
the Niners were 8 for 19 on third downs.
Oh well, yeah, that's success.
With that ratio, you normally will win a lot of games.
You should win the game, yeah.
Should win. The Niners had 40 minutes of time of possession to the Dolphins 19. The Niners ran 79 offensive plays to the Dolphins 45. Talk about ball control. I think for the first time, and I can honestly say this, since Shanahan has been there, he stuck with the game plan. His mind won this game against the Dolphins. You know, it also helps when you have a guy by the name of Nick Bosa that can get you some sacks. And he's definitely going to be the next man the Niners have to pay to keep him. You normally you pay quarterbacks and edge rushers. Well, that's an edge rusher you need to keep. But the Niners get the win, 33-17 over the Dolphins. Like I said, this is just a bad game. Miami is still a good team. This will not make or break their season by no means. And now, they once started the season 2-7.
Mm-hmm.
But now, they have righted the ship. And now, they have won. Not one, not two, but 3 in a row. Now, this time, they didn't have to go to the fifth quarter to win the game. They only played 60 minutes, not 65 and a half. But nonetheless, ever since that press conference where he said, I was pissed, they have rallied off 3 straight wins, and it's always good when you beat your division rival in the AFC West. And the Fresno State connection that was Derek Carr and Davante Adams came into fruition yet again as the Al Davis fist pump comes across your screen right now. It was a sparse in the beginning, but when they needed to, his defense forced a turnover, and on the very next play, throw it deep, young man. The vertical passing game made a return as Carr and Adams had a very nice connection. Davante Adams, I'm going to say this very slowly, 8 catches for $177 and 2 TDs. 8 catches, 177 and 2 TDs. But everything predicated off of one guy that wore number 28. 26 carries for a $144 on the ground. And another
How can you say that? How can you say that a running back got a $144 quietly with 1 touchdown?
And somebody you've been and shows up mightily. Chandler Jones makes an appearance during the season, says, hi, I can still sack the quarterback. To the tone of 3 quarterback sacks, adding 1 from Palomolo and a half sack from Cleveland Furrow, and another sack from Butler. The Raiders had 5 sacks on Sunday against Justin Herbert, which I will say this, much maligned, rightfully so, but again, Cleveland Farrell has had himself a very solid season in his contract year, along with Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, maybe they finally found a spot for Cleveland Farrell, putting him up the middle, but he has been there on some hurries and has helped apply pressure because Max Crosby's going to get his, despite the fact that he's double and triple teamed on every play. But now, if Chandler Jones has a deal wicket and they want to keep double teaming Max Crosby, there might be some more sacks for number 55. But
what you gotta also mention is picking up that Tillery guy off waivers.
Yes.
He played everything. If you look at the film, he was causing havoc in the middle. What have I been saying? I need somebody in the middle to cause havoc, because that's how Chandler Jones got those sacks, because the guy in the middle was causing havoc. And
I'll say this: Tillery and Farrell in the middle on passing situations definitely made Herbert flustered at times in the pocket. Again, like I said, Raiders defense had 5 sacks and
only allowed 1 touchdown.
Mr. Harmon, yeah, because the other touchdown was a pick 6,
which should have been PI, but here we go. I'm not going to go there.
Which the Chargers offense only scored 13 points, which the Raiders in the second half outscored the Chargers 17-7. So again, and we have said this at times during the season, at times the defense have shown they can shut down teams because they shut out teams in the second half, or they will hold them to single-digit points in the fourth quarter. And if you watch that, and if you watch that locker room speech, that looks like a locker room that is not divided. That looks like a locker room that is coming together and playing for one another. So, as we said, as we now get ready to make our predictions for Week 14, as your beloved Raiders kick off.
You already know who I'm picking. So,
But with that said, the possibilities. Well, we know Matthew Stafford's not playing. We know that.
No Cooper Kupp.
No Cooper Kupp. Aaron Donald did not participate in practice. Neither did Trayvon Howard. So
that's on grounds of not playing.
Yeah. So with that said, Stafford's on the reserve. Skineric, the wide receiver, he's questionable. Lance McCutcheon's out. Troy Hill, the safety, is out. John Wolford, who played against the Seahawks, he's questionable. So you may have to go to the third string
quarterback.
Yes, you may have to go to the third string quarterback. So yeah, that
too shabby either though. He's a mobile quarterback. So,
but still, the Rams for whatever reason they struggled at home.
They got the hangover.
5 at home, and they won. That only happens when you lose.
The losing team, it's crazy to see that it's opposite.
Yeah, this year the Bengals have gotten over the hangover.
Yeah,
good football. The Rams, it's just been one after another. But what's the game plan if you are the Raiders on a short week heading into?
So glad you asked. So glad you asked. Okay. So glad you asked.
Go ahead and lay it on me.
Well, obviously, we know the pedigree. We finally, you should see how we win. We feed the weight. You feed the weight. You bring that safety down. And then once that safety decides he wants to creep down and think we're going to start running the ball, oh, guess what? We got the best goddamn receiver in the NFL. His name is Devontae Adams, a.k.a. Tay Adams. All he does is catch touchdowns. He's open. Look, brother, what did I say about a special tight end you had before you got George Kittle? What did I always say about him?
With him, good things happen.
If you want to win, you find Vernon Davis, right?
Right.
We say that ever since he's been a Niner. All right.
Right.
We have this dynamic wide receiver, right? Okay. And we're matter of fact, we're still doing this without Waller and Renfro, which they're about ready to return. And before I continue, it's so great to see 39 out there playing football. Oh my God, it's so good. It's so good to see Nate Hobbs out there playing football because that man is a football player.
Correct.
It's good to have not just Max Crosby, but Nate Hobbs is going to be something special. And you know we got a knack for drafting good cornerbacks. We I don't know, special teams and cornerbacks and maybe a DN, we're pretty good at drafting. And we'll sneak in a running back here and there and too. But to get back to Thursday, just play this for offense. Continue to play how you've been playing, running the ball, setting up the pass. Defense, bring that same pressure, because if we're about to see a fourth string, third string quarterback, bring it. This is where Patrick Graham should get his, as I would say, shit together. This is the game. You showed us what you can do against an elite offense, because the Chargers are elite, right? That's what the media said they are, right? They're elite. And you did that against them. So this hurt Rams team, this should be to where the playbook opens up. This is where everybody should get some run. So offense, go ahead.
Not to mention Josh Jacobs. Leads the league in rushing. I'll just leave it right there.
Oh, well, I'll just say this: 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns.
1,303, yes, to be exact.
1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns. And by the way, Devontae Adams is having a better year than he had with Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, and he's got 12 receiving touchdowns on the season. Just want to point that out.
Didn't the media say the moment that trade was that happened, that Devontae Adams is his production is gonna drop down because of Derek Carr? I think they forgot that there's a guy by the name of Josh Jacobs that's still in the backfield.
Well, not just that. There's somebody in the media that I pay close attention to. He wore number 8. Went to Fresno State. Oh, and just happens to be the older brother of the Raiders starting quarterback. I kind of keen to what David Carr said about him and Devontae Adams. So, for those that say that Devontae was going to fall off because he's not playing with Aaron Rodgers, as I have said on the show more than one occasion, go watch the film that these two did at Fresno State. I know, because I saw it live in person with my own 2 eyes.
It just takes time for them to get back together to get that chemistry. They ain't played in 9 years. I mean, yeah, they practice. I mean, they run. In the offseason, like you said, they're best friends. They're more than just the football. Yeah. They consider even David Clark, like Devontae. It's like, yes, me and you. Devontae Adams to the Cars is a brother from another. That's what they always say. That's what Devontae says. That's what Derek says. That's what David says. I have seen interviews with the Carr sons, Derek's nephews, because they got their own little podcast. I can't think of the name of it right now. But yeah, just, and I'll repeat it again. I said this year, I just wanted them to compete. I said year 2, playoffs, damn near AFC Championship game. Year 3, they should know what the hell to do. This is a damn dynamic team that's put together. And once Renfro and Waller gets how this is going, who you guarding? If Devontae Adams is doing this without them, imagine what he's going to do with them and what their production is going to be. And if they let Josh Jacobs walk out of there, I don't know how I feel as a Raider fan. But just to get back to the game, the Rams game, so we can get going. The Raiders should win this game, but I'm not gonna, because they should have beat the Colts. They should have beat the Colts. They didn't. So I believe they're a different team from that Colts game, though. You can clearly see.
I think. Well, you saw the tone that Derek Carr had before he broke the team down in the locker room this past Sunday. He was like, "Yeah, get your stuff together, but we got a game on Thursday."
And it'll feel real grunt. It will feel real shit. Basically, if Derek Carr was a cusser, he would have said we feel real shitty. So, and you also heard what Denzel Perryman said: "Go home."
Yeah.
So there's something in that locker room. It's a unit. So I believe we're going to come with it Thursday.
The team's on board. The team is
they're bought in. Like we've been saying, when you're two captains, you're big, come out and support your coach. When your owner and your two big captains come out, and do you know what I do love? The linebackers don't have the green dot. Deron Harmon has the green dot. That switch right there has literally turned this defense around.
Well, he made the biggest play of the game, I think.
Punch out. The Pat Tillman.
Forcing that fumble.
The Tillman.
In the peanut, which led to the flea flicker Devontae Adams touchdown.
No, it wasn't the flea flicker Devontae. It was the straight drop back.
Okay.
The flea flicker came second.
But either way, his play, forcing the fumble, changed the game. Changed the game right there. But anyhow, you can just see that there is a different dynamic with this team.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I mean, I like the Raiders as well because I just don't see the Rams doing it. I just don't. Something is missing from the Rams. Something is missing from their dynamic. It's just you might as well call this season a wash and just get it ready for next year. So
yeah, well, and we're gonna sell that stadium out. Raider Nation is gonna be real loud in there, just like we were loud in Seattle. So just know we coming right up the road, baby.
To quote Deion Sanders, yes. So he likes the Raiders. I like the Raiders. Moving on to week 14. After that, we got the Bills and the Jets. And this is a rematch to where
East Rutherford, or we up in Orchard Park?
We're in Orchard Park this time.
We're in Orchard Park.
Where the Bills, some would say give it away, but the Jets got the win. I think it'll be closer like it was the first time. But I think there might be a little bit more scoring because the Jets can score with Mike White at quarterback. But I do think the Bills, at the end of the day, I think they do get revenge and they get their 10th win of the year. But it will be another close game. But I won't be surprised if the Jets pull off another upset, which they are capable of doing.
Well, let me say this. I need to get my head out my ass and start and put Garrett Wilson in my starting lineup in fantasy. Because the young man has been balling.
Yes, he has. And like I've been saying, I would like to see them also utilize Corey Davis more because those two together.
He was dynamic in Tennessee.
Yes. And he's also good at Western Michigan. I would like to see those two utilized together because that can be a very deadly dynamic receiving duo in the NFL. Just like it can be with Davis and Stephon Diggs, as we're seeing with the Bills.
I agree. But
however,
to say all that, I'm still gonna ride with the Bills with this one. Even though if the Jets pull it out, wouldn't be shocked. So I'll eat that L, which I have no problem with it. But I think Josh Allen is going to be a little more healthier, and I think the Bills are going to circle the wagons, and it's going to be a couple of tables broken.
Oh yeah, a couple of tables broken in the snow in December in Orchard Park. The battle of
shirts off.
Shirts off. The Battle of Ohio at the Jungle, Browns and the Bengals. I've been saying the Bengals are coming. I'm sticking with them, even though normally when these two get together, they normally don't disappoint. It's always close, competitive, but I'm sticking with the reigning defending AFC champions in the Jungle.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to ride with that one with you as well, because I believe it's still too early for Deshaun. He's getting in there. You saw that the rust was coming off, but he played the Texans. This is the Bengals, man. This is the AFC East, right? No, not the East. This is the East, right? Yeah, the AFC East. Yeah,
AFC North.
Excuse me, the North. So yeah, let's ride with the stripes.
The Battle of Texas. There's really no need to talk about this. Cowboys over the Texans.
Yeah, they might put up 60. They put up 53 against the Colts. They might put up 60.
They just might.
So Cowboys.
This one is my upset special.
Oh.
They played very close the first time they played back in week number 3. It was only a 4-point loss in the Twin Cities. I am picking the Lions to upset the Vikings at home on Sunday. I think the Lions split the Vikings. This is my upset special. I'm picking Detroit to beat the Vikings. My upset special.
Yeah, I'm riding with the Vikings. Yeah, I just think, Justin Jefferson is going to be too much.
Yeah, I agree, but Mr. St. Brown might said I might.
No, I agree. I wouldn't be shocked though. We just talked about the Lions just a second ago. I wouldn't be shocked, but I need to catch ground, so I'm picking the Vikings.
Jaguars at Texans.
Jaguars.
You're picking the Jags. You're going with the upset. Oh boy,
over the Texans.
I know the Titans.
Oh, excuse me. But you said
no, Texans are playing the Cowboys.
That's right. We did say that beat down. No. Titans.
All head, nobody. Always intriguing when these two get together. The Eagles at the Giants. But again, until they give me a reason.
Yeah. I think AJ Brown is going to be huge again.
Yeah, it's hard to argue that. Okay. I did it last week. I am not doing it again this week. I am not going against Mike Tomlin. I am picking the Steelers to beat the Ravens. If Lamar Jackson's certainly not playing, I'm definitely picking the Steelers. Which, by the way, the Steelers are at home. As he is debating and thinking.
Damn it. Give me the Ravens.
Oh.
And it burns me to go against Mike Tomlin. And it's gonna bite me in the ass the moment that it's over here biting me already. But give me the Ravens.
Well, I'll say it like this: when these two get together, the Steelers and Ravens never disappoint. That's for dang sure. It's one of the best rivalries in the NFL.
Agreed.
All right. It got flexed out. It was the original Sunday night game, but it's the Chiefs at the Broncos. They don't have to.
You got to ask.
Pick.
I'm not riding with the John Elways. I don't even want to pick the Chiefs.
Panthers at Seahawks.
Seahawks.
At home. Now, what is the Sunday night game is the Dolphins heading to Inglewood to take on the Chargers. I think Miami bounces back because, again, this has been the Chargers' problem. They don't know how to close out games. So
I need the Chargers to lose this one, especially if we take care of business Thursday. So, yeah, I'm riding with the Dolphins. Because what? The Chargers are 6-6, and we're 5-7. Dolphins win, we win, we go, we split, but we so how does that split work? Because we split with them.
Well, looking at it,
well, are they? They might have a better conference record. That's how it will go, I believe.
Well, okay. Well, as of now, you have a better division record than the Chargers. Yes. They're 2-3. Right now, as far as conference goes, you're 4-5. They're 4-4. If Miami wins, that puts you both at 4-5 in the conference. So, as it stands right now in the AFC playoffs, right now, it is you, the Chargers, and the Patriots trying to catch the Jets in that final playoff spot. So, if the playoffs are in today, Bills 1 seed, Chiefs 2 seed, 3 seed Ravens, 4 seed Titans, 5 Bengals, 6 Miami, 7th the Jets. So that's where it is right now. So right now, the Steelers, the Browns, you, the Chargers, the Patriots are looking up at the Jets. So you win against the Rams, and then you beat the Patriots. Then you'll have the tiebreakers over the Chargers and the Patriots. Should it all end in a tie during that final week of the season? So, but not only that, you win, and then you get a huge rest, almost like a mini bye week.
Yeah, to take on the Patriots, right?
Patriots, and the Patriots will be on a short week because the Patriots are playing Monday night against the Cardinals. So you take care of business. You take care of business against the Rams. You'll have a nice rest preparing for the Patriots. With the Patriots coming off a short week. All right, now it will be Brock Purdy's first start, and it'll be against Brady. True enough, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are the most Jekyll and Hyde team in the NFL. We already know who I'm picking, and I'll just say like this: the Buccaneers cannot score. You see, it took them a miracle for them to score just to come back to win the game tonight against the Saints. And the Saints defense played extremely well tonight. They did. Because Brady was missing open receivers, overthrowing people. I am not sipping the Brady Kool-Aid because people are like, the Niners should have got Brady last year or a couple years. I'm like, okay. What are you seeing that I'm not seeing?
Is this game in Santa Clara?
It is in Santa Clara, yes.
Your defense wins this game for you. No, but am I lying? I mean,
no, you're not. You're not.
I think your defense is way better than your offense right now.
Correct. But so are you officially picking the team that you can't stand the most?
You heard what I said.
Okay. I'm just clarifying and making sure. Don't shoot me.
You heard what I said. I said your damn defense is going to win the game for you. Is that not clarifying enough?
Hey. I'm just asking. Don't. I'm just the messenger. Don't. With that said, here's one thing the Niners do have to do that the Saints did not do tonight. The Saints had 3 trips to the red zone,
Yeah.
0 for 3.
Can't do it.
Tampa Bay in the red zone was 2 for 3. If you get into the red zone, Niners, you have got to score. But you've got 4 touchdowns, not field goals. You do not want to be kissing your sister too much against Brady, because Brady can look like crap like he did today for
still pull one out his ass.
But yet you still give him a chance. Because I mean, they were down 16-3.
Yep.
They were down 16-3, and they looked lifeless.
Mm-hmm.
And also, Taysom Hill, Andy Dalton put it right on the spot for you. You've got to hold on to that ball and make that grab. I mean, the throw was you hold on to that catch, you possibly might get some more points. Game's over, and the NFC South is at a free for all.
Mm-hmm.
But you gave them life. Brady does what Brady does. Here we are.
Damn goat.
Which takes us to the Monday night game, which is the Arizona Cardinals against the New England Patriots.
Foxborough or the desert?
I think we are in. Go back. We are in the Big Toaster in Glendale, Arizona, where home has not been kind to the Arizona Cardinals this season so far. In 7 games, the Cardinals are 1-6 at home. And their only win just happened to be a primetime Thursday night game against the Saints. The Patriots are 3-3 on the road, 6-6 overall. This one is hard to choose simply because I can't stand the Patriots. But the Cardinals are my division rival. But the Cardinals are not about crap this year. And I can't stand Devo's homeboy, who he likes to call is my homeboy, that damn quarterback from Alabama, that can't stand his offensive play caller making plays in Matt Patricia. But I do like the way Stevenson runs for the Patriots. Mr. Myers is a force for New England. Damn this game. Damn this game to heck. But according to Matt, according to Matt,
go ahead, I'm still deciding.
According to matchup predictor, they have the Cardinals winning 63% of this. 63% think the Cardinals are going to win.
Patriots.
He's going with the hoodie.
Yeah, go with the hoodie.
All right. So, coming into week 14, Mizzle is 61-38-1. I am 65-35-1. So, I'm 3 up in the loss column. So, we both like the Raiders. Both like the Bills. Both like the Bengals. Both like the Cowboys. He chooses the Vikings. My upset special is the Lions. Both like the Titans. Both like the Eagles. He's going Baltimore. I'm going Pittsburgh. Both like the Chiefs. Both like the Seahawks. Both like the Dolphins. Both like the 49ers. And both like the Patriots. And that is your setup for week 14 of the National Football League.
Yes.
But before we go, we had some unfortunate tragedies that took place. Of course, Mr. Bob from Sesame Street, who lived a tremendous life of 90 years, passed away. And then just today, if you are a fan of Cheers or a fan of the Look Who's Talking movie, lost Christy Alley, which we didn't know that she was sick and was cancer, but she lost her life today.
Said what she said
at the age of 71, which is still young. Which is still young in my book.
She didn't look it.
Not at all. Not at all. So I just wanted to do this real quick to pay an homage, because a lot of people thought Cheers would lose its luster when Shelley Long left the show back in '87, but Christy Alley added balance to the show, and Cheers went on to go on another 6 years before they closed the door. Damn good show. Something me and my grandmother used to watch. So I just want to do this real quick to just pay homage to a great actress in Christy Alley, just to play this right here. Ads are getting after this freaking ad. I hate YouTube and ads. Oh, I didn't drink.
Yes.
Where indeed everybody knows your name. Christy Alley, rest easy. You suffer no more.
Yes.
But I just want to pay homage to her and homage to Mr. Bob from Sesame Street. A lot of great loss in 2022. So with that said, as always, we thank you for watching our show. Of course, our YouTube page is up and going.
Yes, it is.
The Mizzle Show. So again, for those that subscribe, we thank you. We appreciate you. Also, one thing, to our dear friend, Mr. Ryan Shaggy Estes.
Oh,
I saw your Facebook post. You are in our prayers.
Most definitely.
Love you. God is able. God is a healer. We'll pull through this, and you will become better off. So, for me at Mizzle, and from the Mizzle Dub Show, take care of that. Get well. Praying for you. We love you. And fight like hell, brother. Fight like hell.
Damn right.
We love you.
Damn right.
So, with that said, he is Mizzle. I am Dub. And on the East Coast, it's after 5 o'clock. So, it's still 5 o'clock.
Some damn where. I think I'm gonna go lay down and watch Look Who's Talking, man. I think I'm gonna find a way to watch Look Who's Talking, and if I can't find it, maybe throw an episode of Cheers on. I believe I can find that on demand or something. But yeah, I think that's how I'm. That's how I'm. Say it again.
But good way to end the night. But
yeah,
we thank you for watching. As always, we do this for y'all. Also, but before we go, hold on. Before we go,
talk to the people.
The knockout stages in the world.
Oh, that's about 5 hours. Yep, I'm gonna be up watching it.
Have turned into some tremendous. Today's games, I think, are going to be outstanding.
A little bit of football. Little bit of football.
Yes, we have Morocco taking on España, and we got Poland taking on Switzerland.
Switzerland.
Now, on one stage, the semifinals. First off, the Dutch against Argentina is going to be a damn.
That's going to be fire.
Croatia versus Brazil. Do not sleep on Croatia if you are Brazil. Croatia will give them hell.
I really wanted Japan to win that game, but the way Croatia won that game was just amazing.
Well, the goalie in the penalty kicks made some outstanding saves, and yes. Croatia found a way to get the win in penalty kicks. I think, though, the match in the quarterfinals, England versus France.
Ooh.
That
just sounds like good soccer, good football.
That just might be.
That just, you know what? They better not give us American announcers on that game. I'm gonna need the original. I don't want no Americans on that game.
He says, give me English play-by-play.
Give me the Brits, damn it.
Damn it. This is where I wish we had the BBC channel, because I'm pretty sure BBC is doing their own coverage of the World Cup just like they do boxing. If I can find the BBC channel and they're doing the World Cup, I will watch the BBC coverage, because I know for a fact when watching Argentina versus the Dutch, I'm gonna have Andres Cantor and Telemundo their broadcast on the on the channel. But also, could you imagine the other semifinal? If it happens, could you imagine a quarterfinal between España and Portugal?
So you count?
I'm just saying. No. I think Switzerland and I think Morocco will give them both hell.
Oh, I agree. I don't disagree with you.
But could you imagine Spain and Portugal in another quarterfinal? I mean,
that would be that's real football right there. That's.
I mean, you think about the first 6 here in the knockout stage.
Yes.
Of course, the only thing that's keeping Messi from being one of the greatest is that elusive World Cup, which Argentina has not won since '96. Okay,
yeah, facts.
The Dutch haven't been there in a long time, but they made a strong one. Croatia was a finalist, lost to France.
Yeah.
5 times over, World Cup champion, wanting that elusive World Cup. Okay, England, who invented the sport of football, haven't won in years, so they won the World Cup. Yeah. France stands a very good chance of going back to back and winning their 3rd World Cup. Of course, yeah. España always makes good runs in the World Cup, and Portugal with number 7. He wants to get there and add that to his repertoire. So you got Ronaldo. He wants to hoist the cup. So you have all these countries that have a World Cup history, and they all have a real win. They have all legitimate chance to get there and to hold that gold trophy up there. Yeah. Like I said, tomorrow or later on today's matchups are just going to be fire, and you can see both games on Fox. It'll be on the big Fox network, at FS1, and then unfortunately, we won't have no football until Friday.
You know how serious this is?
Yeah.
I listened to the World Cup on Sirius XM dropping off the boys to school.
It's real. It's real.
Like I said, I'm about to go take a nap. I'm gonna be up. The 7 is the first game.
Yes.
I'll be ready. I'll watch it while they're getting ready to be dropped off, and yeah, I'll have it on the car. So yeah, it's serious.
Well, I will definitely have it on in the speaker at work, because sometimes they don't like to listen to the light skin, because I keep telling them, hey, game on this channel. But yeah, I went there. I said it. Yes, I did. So with that said, if it'll do its freaking job. So for today, first game was at 7 a.m. between Morocco and España, and Portugal and Switzerland will be the day/nightcap at 11 a.m. So your first game between España and Morocco is in 4 hours and 49 minutes. So yes, indeed, we're gonna take a nap.
Yep.
And we'll take it to work, get it on the channel, and we will see who will advance from the round of 16 to the round of 8. So again, we thank you for watching. He's Mizzle. I'm Dub. We say thank you for watching. Until the next show. Good night.
It'll probably be soon. You never know.
Never know.
Peace out, people.
Good night and good morning, America.